So last night I created this tool that allows anyone to easily search through all 20,000 documents released by Congress this week from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. There are thousands of pages of emails about everything you can imagine. Wealthy island visitors, women he trafficked, ways he could blackmail his friend here, you name it. But in true government fashion, they were published in the most unhelpful way possible, in dozens of poorly organized folders with unhelpful labels, screenshots of emails saved as PDFs, and in spreadsheets redacted beyond recognition. Most of the files are devoid of context, such as a 20-second video in the natives folder, whatever that means, of a dog playing with 2016 plushies of Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Ma chi è quello lì? Ma ti piace questo pupazzotto?
Someone could dig through these folders for days and find nothing. So I put an online search tool together, published it, and asked you guys to send me whatever interesting tidbits you found. And you did not disappoint. Here's a small sample of the truckload of tips I received in the first 12 hours since the tool went live. So here, Erica G and Aisha H both recommended searching for Ivanka, and came across Michael Wolff asking Epstein about a woman Trump allegedly raped in his 12-year-old daughter's room at Mar-a-Lago. Drew Yu went through a 2018 email chain on pardons and came across this proposal, which appears to be an initial attempt to buy Epstein a pardon. In it, they promise that they will help Mr. Epstein in resolving his existing disputes with the federal government without any jail time, and that their contacts in Trump's DOJ could obtain an advantageous agreement in exchange for Mr. Epstein's cooperation. Now, it looks like that didn't all pan out before he was arrested, but the groundwork is there. I was sent some messaging chains from Nick M that have crazy media coaching going on between Epstein and Steve Bannon. Bannon was taking Epstein's advice on ways to keep the cameras rolling on him, and based on their conversations, it looks like it worked. Epstein kept encouraging Bannon to stoke class divide with his go-to tool, racism. He also took the time to compliment Bannon on his physical appearance, which apparently the physical embodiment of chronic alcoholism is concerned about. And, another surprise, the fascist surrounded by Nazis doesn't like being called Hitler. Now here's a really cool one Heather H sent over. So one of the big stories going around is about how when things started coming out about Prince Andrew, Epstein told his accomplice that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. This is a cryptic literary reference that's unlikely anyone who writes emails like Epstein does would actually know. In Epstein's possession was a summary of the Edward Snowden saga, where his lack of preparing anything other than an escape route to Russia was a clue that this was his only planned destination. It was something that in hindsight should have been obvious, but at the time, no one put those pieces together and Snowden was able to make his escape. So essentially what Epstein was telling Maxwell is that, like Snowden, Trump's involvement in Epstein's world should have been obvious, and that should have been made more so by his uncharacteristic silence on the matter. But like Snowden, it looked like no one would put the pieces together until Trump was safely away from danger. And up until recently, it seems like he was right.